Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and today's tip, we're going to be going over how to beat any sort of man-to-man coverage in this year's game. So this is a play I really like, especially against heavy man-to-man blitzes, you know, those cover zeros, maybe a cover one, but it can also do great against like a max coverage, cover two man type look. So I'm going to show it to you against a variety of different man coverage looks here. It's found in the Cleveland Browns offensive playbook in the gun split slot formation, and the play is called slot flood. And so what I want you to notice kind of right away is this slot receiver's little C route there. It's a little bit shallower than most C routes, and it just gets open pretty much every time. I wouldn't say 100%, but I'd say 85, 90% of the time he's going to leave his guy in the dust. And then the underrated route on this play is this X or square receivers route. He'll often almost run like an unbumpable route. It's kind of weird how that might work, but he just usually gets wide open as well. Now the final thing is this B or circle receiver. If you have an elite guy there, speed, release, stuff like that, you know, like a Tyreek Hill, a Randy Moss type, he can often beat his guy in man-to-man coverage, and that's going to get too wide for a cover two man for the safeties to play it. And in a cover one or a cover zero, there's not going to be any safety help. Now, we don't have the proper personnel on this team here to have a guy like that, so I'm going to be ignoring that route for this breakdown, but keep in mind, if you do have one of those elite receivers, this route that he's on is very, very good. So the other thing about this formation is that you can max protect very easily, and it's going to provide great protection. So this is going to pick up like any of those cover zero blitzes that are so popular, whether it's like a $3-2 spinner or like a nickel over type cover zero blitz. This is a really easy way to stop it with just one adjustment, and then you can almost quick snap it. You know, you make that one little adjustment and you quick snap. I'm just going to catch a lot of people out of position. You can motion this guy over. It's more of a tight end on the left position. You can motion him down. And so you can see how you have a lot of different options here on this play. So let me just run it through a couple times. This is a cover two man we're going against, and you do have the option to put these guys on like in routes, out routes, if you're not expecting a heavy blitz, something like that. You can put them on wheel routes just to get guys out of there. Let me show you one of the setups I like. You can wheel route him, motion him over here to the left. Now against like a cover two man, that's going to make this X or square receiver get even more open than he normally would. So you can see here as he breaks to the middle of the field, he's wide open. Our quarterback just makes a bad throw, but you can see he's wide open there. Let me do that again for you. Now on this A or X receiver, you can smart route this to make it a little bit deeper. That does work decently. I prefer to just leave him on his normal route. It's just such a unique route. It's kind of a C route that's a little shallower than most C routes. It's so unique that it can often throw people off. But you can see he gets open too. Our guy in the post gets open. And then if you do have this elite receiver at the B or circle spot out here, he'll probably get open deep as well. So that's the look against cover two man. Let me just show you a cover one. And you guys can kind of imagine how open against like a cover zero, if you just block both of your running backs, how open our guys are going to be. So we can do like a cover one press. Now, that does take away this route a little bit that this guy's on. Our slot receiver still is going to win 85, 90% of the time. And this B receiver, if you have a good guy out there, now he has no safety help whatsoever. So that can often work as well. Now, let me just kind of block both our running backs as if this is a cover zero. Now, what you can see is that even though theoretically that cornerback should be shading to the outside because it's cover one, our guy still leaves him in the dust. So that's going to be a huge, huge advantage because even if he's shading outside, which he is here, it won't matter. He's going to get torched anyway. Now you can see here that our guy beats his, this extra beats his guy, but they have the shallow safety kind of lurking and they have the deep safety. So that's a tougher throw to make. So I don't recommend doing that. Like you can manipulate it. You can do something maybe like this, motion this guy out, try to get those guys out of the way. You can do something like this. That might be able to manipulate it a little bit. Get that safety out of the way, but you can see how that's a tougher throw against cover one, but it still can work. And then you remember against cover one, you can do something, you know, crossing, in routes, option routes. You have a lot of different things you can do. If you have an angle route as a possibility here, you know, Texas route coming out of the backfield, that can be really good against man coverage. So you see this has a lot of different possibilities. Now, if they're in a cover zero and we max protect, you're going to see this guy's going to be absolutely wide open because now none of those safeties are going to be there. He's going to be open in the middle of the field. This guy's going to be open to the outside. And then if it is cover 0, you may want to mess with this B receiver. You know, put him on a slant route. You can motion him, put him on like a zig route. You have a lot of different things you can do if it's cover 0. But you can see that we just leave our guy completely in the dust. We can rat catch that, turn that upfield. So thanks for watching today's free Madden School tip. Until next time, take care.